Ariel Manuel Rivera.
My name is Kiara Cruz.
My name is Danny Gutierrez.
Te puedo decir que en la familia, por ejemplo, Felipe toca guitarra y varios instrumentos y viene de un tipo de música, ¿verdad?, que distinguió en la época de los 80, los 90. Su vestimenta también andaba en esa línea. Diego y Paula ambos responden mucho a la cultura y a los movimientos musicales de jóvenes, a las actividades de jóvenes, la vestimenta, ambos están siempre bien fashion. Pero en nuestra casa utilizamos las artes, la música, el teatro. Ambos han hecho un sinnúmero de obras teatrales seculares y también con mensajes cristianos. Ambos están en el Ministerio de Danza de la Iglesia del Sendero de la Cruz en Puerto Rico, en la cual participan de forma activa. Diego desde que era niño. Paula fue la primera adolescente que entró al grupo de danza, dando pie a que los líderes se plantearan la posibilidad de que hubiese un grupo de danza más joven para ir preparando.
Pop culture has influenced my life because it has given me like how can I put this correctly? It has given me a little accent a little something to be led by, besides God. I explain myself. It gives me like inspiration about possible hooks I can use, possibilities into how I can improve my art. When it comes to dancing, you learn dancing by watching the teachers. The teachers are the people that you know are in a whole nother level of dancing. So when it comes to pop culture, I need to see which moves are good, which moves are in, which moves you're using, and see how I can possibly use that to go to the people and preach the word.
Pop culture has influenced my life extremely. My dad's a musician, so I grew up around music. My mom was a dancer, so I grew up around dance. And I decided to dance and sing for a long time. I don't sing anymore. I continue to dance. How has pop culture influenced my students? It defines them. It plays a significant role in their life. They value and trust a lot what they see and what they learn from pop culture and from the things that it provides. Sometimes they even feel that they're defined by the things that their generation has contributed.
Okay, pues a mí me ha influenciado la cultura pop en básicamente todas las áreas de mi vida, porque estoy estudiando cinematografía, so siempre fui expuesto a esto que es el cine y lo he tomado como carrera para mí, igual que el baile. Lo he hecho profesionalmente, como lo he hecho como para obviamente en mi iglesia, adorar a Dios. Lo hago como una expresión de adoración, y también lo he hecho profesionalmente porque he estado en conciertos, he estado en diferentes actividades que básicamente sí, me ha influenciado en toda mi vida, todo lo que he hecho, y como dije, pues lo he tomado como carrera.
Well, when I look back, I realized that the church would have done a lot more if only I had led it. I tried to act like the Superman, the superhuman that can handle all his problems on his own. And it took me a lot of time and a lot of hitting the ground to realize that life is not made to be handled alone. Yes, they say that we come alone to this world. Yes, they say that we must go back. But the truth is, even though you are born alone and you are going to die alone, doesn't mean you have to live alone. And The church did everything in its power as long as I allowed it to. As soon as I opened the door, they started working, and it worked its best. And I'm thankful for it, because thanks to that, the message of the church is a message I live by. And yes, I have my constant conflict, like every single Christian, every single human. We have times of doubt, times of conflict. It's normal. But that's exactly when God has to come in and say, trust. That's where the factor of faith comes by. That's where the factor of faith comes in. It's not when you're trusting, it's when you have that doubt. That's when faith really comes in. With a very important factor of the ministry, of everything, of the gospel, is faith. If you don't have faith, you're not going to see it fulfilled. You're not going to see anything. You need faith.
Pues fíjate, gracias a Dios, mi iglesia nunca me ha fallado y me ha cubierto como de todas las necesidades que yo siempre he necesitado, ¿verdad? Valga la redundancia. Por ejemplo, algo que a mí me dolió mucho un tiempo que mi abuelo murió. Mi abuelo murió. Y yo obviamente uno espera que los amigos vayan, te acompañen. Y pues fueron mis amigos, pero no solamente eso, sino cuando yo llegué a la funeraria, estaba en mitad de la iglesia, ahí, apoyándonos. Habían mujeres, habían diáconos, habían gente que ni yo no conocía, que ni ellos me conocían a mí, pero fueron allí. Fueron los pastores, ¿verdad? Los high pastors, como se diga, ¿verdad? Los pastores estaban allí, fueron los líderes de adoración, hubo gente de otros ministerios que fueron, y verdaderamente ese servicio que te dan y esa paz que ellos te transmiten, pues me ayudó a pasar el tiempo de tormenta y el tiempo de tristeza. Y por eso puedo decir que a mí mi iglesia nunca me ha fallado. Y no es como que hubiese hecho por mí, lo hizo todo. A diferencia de otras iglesias, ¿verdad? Que yo he podido ver, que no tienen como que puede ser una iglesia grande como la mía. Pueden ser iglesias grandes, pero no tienen como ese acoginamiento, ¿qué se dice? Acoginamiento, como que ese acojo,
Tacto.
Ese abrazo, ese calor, ese cariño, no lo tienen. Yo he ido a otras iglesias que tú entras y no ves a nadie. O sea, nadie te saluda, nadie te dice buenos días, Dios te bendiga, no te saludan en la puerta. Y mi iglesia me encanta porque tan pronto tú entras, hay más de 6, 7 personas ahí simplemente para decirte bienvenido. O sea, tú entras, hay 6 personas diciéndote bienvenido, te dan un boletín, te abrazan, te dicen Dios te bendiga. Ese es el lobby solamente. Tú entras a la iglesia, tienes como 3 personas más, y después cuando vayas al pasillo vas a ver una mujer en cada pasillo, diciéndote dónde te vas a sentar, Dios te bendiga, te dan un abrazo, te dan un beso. Y eso es lo más que me encanta de mi iglesia, porque básicamente te dan ese calor y ese amor que tú buscas. Pues mi rol yo pienso que básicamente es influenciar a los jóvenes a que pueden usar cualquier tipo de arte, como yo estoy haciendo ahora, que yo puedo hacer el baile, soy baterista también, y puedo crear lo que es una película y llevar un mensaje a través de eso, de los performing arts, ¿verdad? A través de todo. Pues mi rol es básicamente eso, influenciar, poder ser creador de líderes y influenciar a los jóvenes de hoy en día a que pueden hacer arte con excelencia para adorar a Dios y no tienen que imitar al mundo, simplemente para hacerlo para agradar a Dios y poder, ¿verdad?, ministrar a otra gente. Eso es lo que yo pienso que ese es mi rol, levantar líderes.
I believe that my role is one of inspiring and of teaching. Teaching is my passion, is what I decided to do for a living, and it comes naturally to me to teach. So I know that in the future I'll probably have some form of performing arts dance school that's focused on Christian dance. A place where young people can come and learn different styles of dance and learn different types of ways that they can communicate love and worship to God using their body and using their movements. And teaching is part of that. It's part of that viewpoint. It's the way that I express myself, and it's the way that I feel connected to God, so it'll come naturally. I know that teaching and inspiring young generations to look at dance not as something that is vulgar, not as something that they see on television and MTV, that dance can actually become something that gives your life purpose, that changes the way that you connect to God, that changes the way that you worship, that you feel. Dance helped me through difficult times, and I know that inspiring young generations to dance will be a key point in my life.
My role to influence youth culture through performing arts is to give them something to be passionate about. My role is to teach the youth culture. My role is to teach them that if you haven't seen God, if you haven't been passionate about God, maybe it's because you're inactive. And if you're inactive, maybe, just maybe, through this art, through the performing art, and to focus more through dancing, maybe you can find some passion. Why maybe? Because I don't know if dancing is your call. I just know dancing is something you want to do right now. And if it is, my job is not to say you can't do it. My job is to say if you want to do it, you can do it. But if you're gonna do it, you have to do it full. You can't do it by half. And how do we put God into this? Well, God is the creator of all things. God is the creator of arts. I believe that there is no more sincere art than dancing. Because dancing is when you put your mind, your soul, and your body as one, to one beat, one sound. With or without music, you can dance. With or without music, you can express yourself to dance. If you can't say it, sing it. If you can't sing it, dance it.
Déjate guiar por los sueños de Dios. Déjate guiar por los sueños de Dios porque tenemos sueños nosotros, pero los sueños de Dios son más grandes que nuestros sueños y los caminos de Él no son nuestros caminos. Y simplemente si tú te dejas escuchar, te dejas llevar por la voz de Dios y lo que Dios quiere para ti, eso simplemente en el camino que tú vas a andar va a influenciar a mucha gente.
The advice I would give that person would be, listen, youth culture is hard to go to. You can't go with just, although this is the actual message, God loves you and He wants you to be part of Him, to be in this permanent relationship with Him. It's hard to take that message to the youth because they get distracted easy. What you have to do, you have to relate it to the day, the situations. I realized in my time, I've had some moments where I've had to share with different youth groups. I've learned that the best way to take a gospel, a message, anything you want to take to a youth group is by relating it to real life events. You have to make sure that it seems as real as possible so that they don't think that the Bible was written 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago, and it does not apply to 2013, 14, 15, 2012. You have to teach them that even though it was written thousands of years ago, even today, 2013, today, it's still true. What God said back then still applies today. His word doesn't change. Times may change, but His word does not change. His word remains the same.
Be tolerant and open-minded. I think that people who are trying to influence young people, they need to be aware that young people's attention span is very short and they have to be constantly creative. So they require patience, tolerance, and open-mindedness. I think that they need to let them express themselves. Creativity is not a It's not there's no how-to book on how to teach creativity. It comes from inside of you. So you have to help them find out who they are, help them define who they are, what they like, and what connects them to the world and to God, and then creativity is going to come out. Because it's not something that you can teach, it's not something that you can buy in a store, it's not something that is going to, it's not something that you are going to you have to enable them to do it, and to do that it has to come from the inside out. It's not going to come from outside.
Que no se rinda.
Once you were in ministry and once you were involved and once you became a leader and everything, how has being in the ministry and being part of this family group has helped you get stronger in your relationship with Christ?
Well, there's two ways to take this. Both of them have an equal burden. Because when you're a leader, you have to understand one thing. You have to lead by example. Not by orders, but by example. And besides that, you also have people making sure that you're living that example. And if I'm gonna ask somebody that's under my leadership to search for God, to get deeper in a relationship with God, I have to be able to say, I'm doing it. So I need to understand that you're gonna have hardships because I went through hardships in that relationship with God. I can't just tell you need a deeper relationship with God and I'm not gonna do it. Because then, why would I be leading you? That's the difference between a boss and a leader. A boss just gives you the order. A leader tells you what to do and how you're gonna do it because he already did it. If I was and you said leadership. If I was a boss, I would tell you, do this, do that, do this, do that. Are you gonna do it? I don't have to do it. It's not my part. I just gave you the order. That's it. No, that's not my job. My job is, listen. We have to do this, but it's hard. I know. That's why I'm telling you, we have to do it because we're in this together. Ministry and leadership, ministry and leader. Everybody in the same group. We're all in the same boat. We need to be rocking to one same direction. Different directions is going to cause the boat to go down.
Como tú dices que se ha visto eso en tu vida, porque me hablaste de liderazgo y me hablaste de lo que es ser un líder, pero ¿qué relaciones tú has tenido en el ministerio que te han ayudado a ser más fuerte en la palabra y en tu relación con Dios? Sé más específico en esa parte.
Okay. I would have to say my main man Danny. Danny is he's my brother. And he's also my accountability partner. In the sense that, again, since I told you, it's hard to keep the relationship constant. So sometimes you need that extra push. And that you need at least that one person who you can tell, listen, I'm going through this hardship, I'm having this problem right now. Even leaders go through it. Mm-hmm. People underneath leadership don't need to think that the leader is perfect, that even the leader goes through problems. That's why we have accountability partners. That's why we have somebody to help. Because we need at least that one person that tells us, all right, so you got to keep it in check. You need to find Jesus again. You got to go back, trail back to the beginning. Let's go back to basics.
Performing arts for God is the highest form of worship. So for us to be able to use the arts in church, we're not only praising God, we are already going to connect with others, because in this generation, being such a visual culture, being such an arts-driven culture, performing arts is just the tip of the iceberg of the things that you could do.
What's hip? What's going on today? When you say pop culture, it's what's new, what's the rage, what everybody wants to be, what everybody wants to do, what everybody wants to have. That top, the high value. That's what I understand when you say pop culture.
I think it's what everyone has, like, I want to have it. To me, it's like, I see that in the movies, I see everything in the TV. So I want to have that what they do, I want to do that. To me, it's like that.
Lo que vistes, lo que comes, lo que escuchas, lo que sientes incluso, porque eres influenciado por otros.
What you say, how you think, the clothes that you wear, the people you hang out with, the labels that people put themselves, whether it's hipster or rocker or punk or goth. The stores, the movies, pretty much anything that appears on MTV.
I actually see like us young people, youth culture, like in our age, I'm 21 by the way, like that age area, you know, to me that's, youth culture is like from, I don't know, if I can say an age, 15 to 25, that kind of people, they're around that. Because I think when you're older than 25, you don't think about the culture or the pop culture. Just like go with your reality, you know. And you stop thinking about what everyone does. You start thinking about what's best for you, and not what everyone does.
I think youth culture has a lot to do with what young people use or what they decide to wear to define themselves and separate them from their parents or from their relatives.
Well, creativity is being able to put your essence, a little bit of you into whatever art you focus on. Like say, for example, if you sing, to be able to put some personality into a song that can be considered a classic. Every song can be heard 15 times, but when you sing it, you can sing it a 16th time, and it's going to be a whole nother song. Although it's going to be the same one in essence, but with you it's going to be a whole nother song. Same thing with dancing, acting, like something that has been seen 15 times over, you can hear that 16th time and make it something new. Real, but still keep it in essence the same thing.
I think creativity has a lot to do with freedom. When you express yourself and when you find things that define you, then you have the liberty and the freedom to explore them and explode them and expose them, because this generation is all about exposition. So creativity gives you the liberty and the freedom to pretty much do anything and everything that you want and make it your own. So it has both sides of the coin. You individualize, but at the same time you want to globalize it.
Creatividad, definitivamente, es aquello que nos ayuda a expresar y a romper estructuras. Perder el miedo de hacer algo nuevo, que puede dar un mensaje de lo que tú eres o de lo que tú sientes, porque a través de la creatividad tú expresas lo que sientes, lo que hueles, lo que buscas. Yo estudié historia del arte, de arquitectura y artes, y siempre estaba buscando cosas nuevas que crear. Y lo mismo he hecho con mis dos jóvenes, cosas nuevas que crear. Que puedas romper los miedos que como adolescentes, como niños, puedan tener para expresarse y tener una identidad.
Where do you think that creativity comes from? Where does that creativity that you express, where is it born? Where do you think it lies?
Okay, to me, it comes from God. But if we don't put it in religious or God ways, creativity comes from your own experience or your own desire to create something. For me, it's like a feeling. It's not, to me. It's like I could be. I'm a cinematographer, director, and I could be like filming a movie. And then I have this script, I know what I have to do, but then I have a feeling, like something else has to be here, you know, not this but that. So that feeling, that creativity that comes through me, and through God, it kind of like gets into me. So I can put that in a movie, and it changes the whole thing. So to me, like that creativity comes from your own feelings or experience, and also like God gives it to you.
La relación dentro de un ministerio, yo pienso que tiene varios ingredientes. Primero, debe nacer de la relación que tú tienes íntima, con tu relación íntima con Dios, la pasión que tengas con esa relación única que desarrollamos con Él. Esa relación la llevamos en grupo al ministerio y va a crear un vínculo, ¿verdad?, de familia. Y ese vínculo se va a unir al vínculo que pueda generar o pueda crear con el líder de ese ministerio. O sea, estamos viendo tres elementos. La importancia es la siguiente, que no importa que tú no estés o que te falte el ministerio, tú puedas mantenerte fortalecido. Pero igual también hay que reconocer, como ustedes lo han expresado en su experiencia, que Dios nos envió a no ir solo, ¿verdad? Vamos de dos en dos, precisamente por eso. Porque cuando uno está débil, el otro te fortalece en oración o nos cuida la espalda. ¿Okay? Pero es bien importante que nuestro líder o nuestros líderes conozcan nuestro testimonio, conozcan quiénes somos, porque de otra manera ese vínculo, esa relación no se crea. Bien dice la palabra que debe haber coinonía en un solo espíritu. Si no estamos en un mismo espíritu, entonces no importa lo que cantemos, no importa lo que dancemos, no importa lo que toquemos, no va a llegar el mensaje de la manera que tiene que llegar.
decimos